The Cinderella story is over, man. Right? They're fighting for clicks, we're fighting for wins.
Sets up deep in the pocket. Goes down the field for Smith.
Touchdown, 85 yards. Donut shop, sure enough, I got blocked from the kids on the hill with my mom and my pops. I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around.
All right, we're live. Welcome back, Timothy. Back from Argentina. We're back for AQ Tailgate after a little hiatus.
We're back, baby.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Anyone who hasn't gone to South America, I recommend it. Good time. Lots of wine drinking, man. Shit ton of people in Buenos Aires. Underrated spot. Iguazu felt like it was like you're in the jungle by the waterfall, so that was sweet, man. We had a great time, dude. Anyone who hasn't been to South America, it's a blast. And now you're taking off in a couple of days, dude.
I am. 17 million people, you said, in Buenos Aires.
In Buenos Aires, dude. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Believe it or
what
not,
what was the name of the soccer team you saw?
Boca Juniors. So it's interesting. So there's two local soccer teams in Buenos Aires. One's Boca Juniors, and the other one is River Plate. Mm-hmm. And they pretty much had a game. I don't even know how long the history is. Like they had one stadium that they played in like the rough areas of Buenos Aires. And they played the story is they played a famous soccer game for who had the rights to that area of Buenos Aires.
Oh, no shit.
And Boca won. So River Plate got kicked out of like that area, which is a kind of cool story. But the thing is, River Plate now is like the bougie team in like the middle of the city where like the international team plays. Nice. So it's like there's hatred there because the River Plate people think they're better than Boca. The Boca people are like it's like the poor, like rundown area. But like the energy and the spirit is like is probably unlike any other. But like it's pretty crazy. The other story that I heard was wild is like when they tried to figure out what their colors were going to be. I think they were a bunch of guys that worked on the receiving end of like supplies like decades ago, and it was random. They were like, the first boat that comes this way to drop off the next boatload of supplies, that country, we're gonna use those colors, their team colors. And guess what country it was?
What?
Think IKEA.
Oh, that would be Sweden.
Sweden, yeah.
Excellent.
Crazy story, man. Crazy story.
What was the most exotic animal you saw?
I mean, the monkeys were crazy. I gotta show. I'll send you the video, dude. When we got to Iguazu, I'll send you the video. There's a funny video of Felicia filming the two monkeys on our deck, and they're fighting each other, and they shit on our balcony, and then roll, and then one of them had the other one in a headlock while they were rolling in shit. It was hilarious, dude.
That's going.
And then they would just come up to us and like show their teeth, like get the fuck out of my space.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
that's sick, dude. Sounds like a great time.
Great time. Happy to be back with the crew.
No issues getting back into the shutdown government. Was the government shut down when you left, or no?
It was like a day after. Like we left day 2 of shutdown. So, but yeah,
nice.
Yeah, we got lucky.
All right, so I'm gonna ask a couple questions. Let's see what we got. Lane Kiffin is finally going back down. Your favorite coach, my favorite coach. Dude is a maniac, fucking hero.
Crazy. Man.
He however, has had some historical struggles between the hedges and number 9 Georgia this week. Do you think they'll squeeze out another top 10 win down in Athens?
That's tough, dude. I was looking like we're like hitting the stretch of craziness SEC games. So like every single week, it's just nonstop. Like the last couple weeks, they've had some crazy games. They come off I know they had a week last week. They played Washington State, but before that, they had a huge win at home, and now they're getting ready and now they're about ready in week 8 to go into Georgia and take on Georgia after obviously they're still pissed off about that Alabama loss. So it's gonna be tough, man. If they win this game, I mean, shit, dude, they by far will be a top 3 team. I mean, for sure they're 5 right now, but that will be by far their biggest win of the season. I think can pull this off.
Speaking of lines, I want to bring for my next question. I think the following game, I don't know if you could call it underrated. It's top 20 matchup, but USC Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Big rivalry historically, of course. USC's on kind of a tear, kind of. Number 20 in the country. Notre Dame's what, 13? Yeah, 13.
Yeah, I believe so.
What do you think will happen?
Oh my god, dude. Geez, man, that's crazy because USC had a huge win last week against Michigan. I think looking at like all the game day stuff, I think most people took Michigan in that game, so that was a huge win for USC. 8.5 seems right to me. I think this is about the time where I think Notre Dame kind of heats up. They're at home. Yeah, that's gonna be it should be a good game. Total 61, which means I think Vegas thinks it's gonna be a high flying matchup. So I got Notre Dame. I don't know if I'm taking the 8.5, but it's gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a shootout. So another USC Notre Dame classic. But that win for USC last week was huge, dude. They needed. They were coming off that loss to my Illini, and yeah, they bounced right back and beat the shit out of Michigan. And at Michigan's game, dude, they ran the ball down Michigan's throat last week against. Which was very surprising because that's what Michigan does. They play the run D well and they run the ball really well. And USC took that against Michigan last week, which was unexpected because USC is known as a high flying, shotgun, throw the ball down the field. So it's gonna be fun, dude. It's gonna be high scoring, but I think Notre Dame will put them away.
Nice. Any comments about that Michigan game while we're at it? Besides the one you already said.
No, I mean that was a little bit. I think the biggest issue all year for Michigan has been letting Bryce Underwood free because they've been running an offense that's very run first and not Underwood run. They're running the ball with their running back, and Underwood's not passing the ball much and he's not really getting outside the pocket. So kind of like with K-State with Avery, he's not really getting outside much, but Bryce, they're not even letting Bryce really throw the ball down the field much. So they gotta let the dude just free up and flex his game, dude. That's the one thing about Michigan that I think they've been struggling with the play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll stay in the Big Ten for now. Last weekend I watched a good chunk of the Indiana game with Tony over there.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he's having a fucking year for sure. Yeah. Playing the fight song outside and stuff like that. It's good.
I was shocked. I think everyone was shocked. A lot of people are saying Indiana was their team this year is better than it was last year, but those are the same people that did not pick them to win this game. So stunned. Kurt Signetti's the man, dude. I cannot believe I pulled up the rankings going into today's games, and Indiana is the number 3 team in the country. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. There's a hilarious picture of him after a call where he's just got his arms up here like this. It's just he's a goofy guy.
It's hard to hire guys from these small programs. I give Indiana props. They're not a football school. They looked at James Madison, a smaller. I mean, they just joined Division I just a few years ago. But to take a guy with not a ton of Power 5 with no Power 5 experience and just assume he's going to turn your program around and look at what he's done in 2-3 years. It's nuts. I mean,
it is nuts. It's
kind of similar. We talked about Drink at Mizzou. He was the coach at Appalachian State and he had great years there, but you're going from that to the SEC, dude. That's a huge commitment to a coach that has not really proven himself in a Power 5 conference. So both schools did a good job finding these dudes, man.
Yeah. You said they're not a football school. They not yet.
No, crazy. Yeah, it's not, man.
You got to imagine a lot of those basketball donors are starting to write new checks.
I'm praying. I don't want to get into it yet.
Yeah.
I can save this for when we get into it, but let's just say that I'm praying that Penn State's looking at Signetti.
Now let's talk about that firing because that was I don't know if you could call it. I thought I was surprised a little bit.
I did not think that it was going to happen mid-season, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But man, the way that how bad the last 3 weeks were, it just you could see it. Did you see the videos of the fans booing Franklin out of the stadium, dude?
Yep.
That's so bad.
Yeah. They don't fuck around in Penn State, I guess. And I feel bad for Keegan Michael Key because that was like his whole, whole thing.
The video of him running onto the field as Franklin with like with his high pants, like
Coach.
I love that shit. Up until yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, dude. So if you guys have been keeping tabs on early candidates, it's getting a little bit it's getting a little bit concerning out in Lincoln, man, because Matt, if anyone knows and sees the articles, Matt Rule is a top 3 candidate. He played linebacker at Penn State. He is best. I don't know if a best friend. He's good buddies with Pat Kraft, who's the athletic director at Penn State. So if anyone who doesn't know, Matt Rule and Pat Kraft were together at Temple when Rule was the head coach at Temple when they had that 10-win season and won a bowl game. Pat Kraft was the AD, and then he got hired to go to Penn State. So him and Pat Kraft are really close. So we're getting pretty worried about some shit that could go down. That's why I keep saying I'm pushing for Curt Signetti. I think that's the better hire. I think Signetti can turn a program around in 2 to 3 years, and I think Rule's kind of more of a 4 to 5 year rebuild. But like, I don't know, dude. It's getting. I mean, if they pull Rule, then it's gonna be bad.
Dude, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's got all the connections. I mean, Nebraska's. I get it. They haven't really beaten anyone yet, but like, I think he's got a decent enough pedigree, and he's got great connections, and he's a good recruiter that they're going to try to. He's definitely on the list. Is he the splash guy? No. I think Signetti is, but I don't know. Maybe there's a guy that we're not even thinking about. Maybe Nick Saban's out there. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should just, if all you Nebraska fans should just be emailing the Penn State AD just pictures of Matt Rule's Panthers record.
So I watched so they're already asking him about the Penn State job. There's interviews from this past Sunday and this past Monday of media asking him about the Penn State job. And he said, I don't even want to quote this, but he said something similar to, I love Penn State. I love Kraft. But he circled around it for a bit. He said he was happy to be at Nebraska, what they're trying to build here, but he wants to go to Penn State. If he had the opportunity, he would
go. His quarterback, famous Dylan Raiola, spoke to the press about this. Here's his quote, direct quote: "He ain't going nowhere." He ain't going nowhere.
I saw that. I hope that doesn't bite him in the end, because he does. I don't know. I think they're going to wait till the end of the season. They're going to let this ride out. But if they can't get Signetti and they can't get another big name, then I think they're going to try to get Rule. So that's going to be a bad look on. He might try to pull Raiola to go with him. So we'll see.
Oh damn! Yeah. Oh man! But then he'll have to change colors, and he can't be like Mahomes then.
Exactly.
So Oregon plays Penn State. I thought was maybe going to be the best road win of the year that night. And then 1 week later, Indiana goes to Oregon. Now that's best road win of the year. Like, it just kind of keeps getting stepped up every week.
Yeah, without a doubt. That was by far the best win so far in this entire year. So far, has been Indiana's win at Oregon. So props to them, dude.
Yeah,
not easy to go into Autzen Stadium.
All right, let's talk about Mizzou and their shit show they got going on down there. Really good game. Really should have won that game. Really should have been, at the very least, in position to win that game. Everyone before that game was saying this is Dink's new fucking moment. Like, that's it. And yeah, hold on.
It was tough, dude. They literally went down the field first drive and scored a touchdown. Crowd was hyped. I'm sure there was a lot of people talking shit that their end zone was, that they were doing construction in one of the end zones. I get that. It wasn't.
It's not a good look.
It wasn't the best look, but they're building up the capacity.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. My two biggest takeaways is when you have the number one running back in the SEC in Ahmad Hardy, and he gets 12 carries that whole game. That's just a bad. They should have used Hardy so much more, and he had a decent game. He only had 12 carries. They were, and I think Ty Simpson stepped up, and the dude has been pretty solid ever since that bad game at Florida State. He's been really good. He had 23 out of 31, had a good quarterback ratio. He threw for 200 yards. but he was clutch. He made clutch plays when they needed him to. And Privula had an off game. He did have a couple touchdowns, but threw 2 picks. And obviously the last pick of the game to end the game was tough. But you got to run the ball, man. When you have one of the best running backs in the country and an underrated O-line, you got to continue to run the ball to get some balance in your offense. And I think that they missed that this past week and missed a huge opportunity to push Mizzou into the top 10, man.
I know, a couple of rough plays right there at the end too. It's just, it's rough.
I mean, they're gonna have. I mean, Mizzou's not done. I mean, it doesn't stop. I mean, they got Auburn they got Auburn today, and like that seems like a trap game to me because I didn't even look at the line, but it might be a 1-2. You know, I think Mizzou's favored 1.5. It's gonna be a coin flip game, so they got to bounce back. And then after that, they got to go to Vandy. They got to host Texas A&M, who's now the number 4 team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State's not going to be easy, and then at OU, like 11 a.m. in Norman, that's going to be tough. And then you have the rivalry game at Arkansas. So I said this last week: if they can somehow, they can only lose one more game. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, they can only afford to lose one to get into the playoffs. So,
right.
And Drinkwitz is another guy that Penn State's probably looking at too. So, I mean, he's done a good job.
Yeah. Would they though? I don't know. I've had mixed opinions of him, and that's personally speaking. So I have no reason to believe that. People, so no comments, please. I'm reading his quote. He's talking about like the fake punt and all that stuff, and then he's disappointed because he had an opportunity. I just feel like, he hasn't been around that long. So I'll you know what,
dude? I thought
I'm wrong. I'll back off him.
I thought that was I like the call of the fake punt because they were not stopping Alabama defensively, and it was a good risk. I like the call there. I like the aggressive play calling. It didn't work out, and it is what it is. But I mean, I think Viola just made a couple mistakes at the end, and they didn't run the ball as much with Hardy as they could have, and it was a tough loss. They lost by 3 points to Bama. They got to run the table. They got to run the table.
And I want to make sure I got this stat right because it was interesting. I thought Bama went for it on 4th down 3 times. They got all 3 of them, but the fact that they're making them, they had a Bama on the ropes enough to make them to go for 3 4th down.
So many opportunities though.
Yeah,
so many opportunities, man.
They got the best running back in the country, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I really don't. I think they're going to be fine. Did you ever hear about the alleged Drinkowitz sex tape?
He has a sex tape?
A gay sex tape.
What? Drink's gay?
Dude, allegedly. This is a Twitter rumor.
This isn't the video that gets us kicked off. Dude, there's a Drink gay sex video?
According to Twitter. I've never actually seen it or actually seen anyone produce it before, but allegedly it does exist somewhere.
How was he? Are we talking like recent or when he was like in high school?
I think it's pretty recent as far as I can tell.
And he's married and has kids? Damn.
I think so. I don't know. I'm sure it was just started by some KU fan.
Can't wait for the comments on this one.
That's good. Hey. All right. I mean, I got some more questions, but we can move on. A&M, I think is the real deal. And I hate saying that.
Yeah, our boy Colin Klein is running the offense, and they're doing a good job. They won at Avery. They got a good quarterback out there. I mean, it's interesting because when Jimbo Fisher was there, they thought he was the guy. He was a great recruiter, and it just never worked out for him. So it's interesting that they bounced back very quickly with the changes that they've had, but it's been great to see. I mean, their quarterback Marcel Reed has been awesome. He's got a good. He's a nice he's the perfect Colin Klein quarterback because he's a great passer and he's got legs too. He doesn't use them as much, but I mean, the last game, he had 7 attempts for 37 yards. I mean, he's been averaging. The week before that, Mississippi State, he ran for 30. First game of the year, he ran for 66. So, he's probably doing what we want Avery to be doing, which is why, it hurts a little bit that Colin's not there, that Colin's not with us. But, Colin's using them well. Their defense looks solid. So, they're scary. They're scary good, dude. Have they had a great test yet? The only really tough game I think they've had is Notre Dame. They won at Notre Dame, that crazy 41-40 game. So that was a huge test for them. But besides that, they haven't been tested yet, and they will be. So in 2 weeks, they go to LSU, number 10 team in the country. And at 6:30, Baton Rouge at night, dude, probably one of the hardest places to play at nighttime. So that's going to be I'd be shocked if that game is not College game day. And then guess who goes to Columbia? A&M. So that's another big test. And then they finish with at Texas and Austin. So they have plenty of games to test out. I mean, there's going to be a lot of test games for these guys if they're going to be for real or not. They're number 4 in the country, but we're gonna really see it over these next few weeks.
So they play Arkansas this week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
on the road. Arkansas's got nothing to lose. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's just, it'd be a little bit of a trap for him, perhaps.
Yeah, and what's his face? God
neck
damn
brace.
It. Yeah, neck brace boy, Bobby Petrino is now taking the lead. So they're probably going to be playing hard for the guy. I mean, they haven't won an SEC game, so this could be a trap game. We'll see.
All right, I want to call this to everyone's attention. Wisconsin's special team swing plays are an incredible thing to watch. Just go watch some highlights. They got number 1 Ohio State coming in there next week, who didn't look particularly great in the first half against Washington. Go into Wisconsin. Any shot, and we have to mention this because the Badgers song is in our intro. So let's hear your thoughts. Any shot that Wisconsin pulls something off?
I don't know, man. This is
you just don't like to jump around.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know, man. Wisconsin's been so bad this year. It's shocking because Luke Fickell's, he's got a good pedigree. He's a good coach. He just hasn't been able to figure this out at Wisconsin. This Julian Sane kid at Ohio State, as much as I hate Ohio State, this dude's killing it, man. He's thrown for almost 1,500 yards, and we're only in week 8. It's crazy. This kid, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I don't see it, dude. Ohio State's a 24.5 point favorite. I might take the points with Ohio State even, dude. Yeah. Oh my God, it makes me so mad. Look at Ohio State's schedule the rest of the way, dude. It is trash. Home against Penn State, who is falling apart. At Purdue, home against UCLA, who's got some resurgence, but it's still UCLA. Versus Rutgers, and then at Michigan. Mm-hmm. That is weak, man. What a weak schedule for Ohio State this year. They're going to be undefeated if they lose to Michigan again. That's going to be crazy. But even if they lose to Michigan, they're probably still going to get into the playoffs.
Our SEC fans will get pissed if we don't bring up Tennessee, Alabama. But I like Tennessee as a team, but I don't think. Well, they might. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's at Alabama too.
Yeah, I think they just don't have the. Jesse Aguilar is a good quarterback. He's throwing the freaking ball. He does have 5 interceptions. He's thrown for almost 1,700 yards, which is crazy. But I don't think they have the defense that they had last year. They had a really stout defense. They still have that high-flying offense when they had Nico at QB. And Aguilar's, I think he's stayed on point compared to what Nico was doing. He might not run like Nico, as much like Nico did, but they got to step up on defense, man. If they don't have a stout defense, they're not going to be able to beat Bama this weekend on the road. I feel good that their offense will get the ball moving, but they got to get their defense together, or else they're not going to hang in this game, man.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm just gonna read you some things. I had some stuff planned before K-State ruined my last week podcast, so you read it down. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Lane Kiffin because I know we both love him. This dude last week basically got on a press conference and said that the SEC dynasties are completely done. Like they're over. Like Alabama's over, Georgia's over. You think that's true? First of all, who the fuck knows, really? But basically, what his comment was is his rationale that I found interesting. It's not coaching talent or booster drama or TV deals or anything like that. His rationale is about hoarding talent. So, like, he's basically saying that Saban for years was able to just stack 5-star recruits down the whole depth chart, and they can't do that anymore due to NIL. And it got me to think that, like, all these coaches are complaining so much about the NIL portal. Kiffin, like, will talk about it, but he doesn't complain. No one has, I think, done a better job with it than him. He's just really crushing it. And, he's had some QB drama, too, and he's worked that out. Those are tough egos to deal with. And, yeah.
He's going to be every single year there's a big Power 5 school that has an opening. They're going to look at Lane Kiffin. I would love for him to stay at Ole Miss. That'd be cool to keep him in Oxford. But, he's got a point. I think, I like I've always, liked the guy. And he just kind of keeps with what he's doing. He continues to have success wherever he goes. And he just kind of keeps his mouth shut and continues to do what he does, dude. Props to the guy. He's got the number 4 team in the country right now, and he's rocking and rolling. So, and he did. And backtracking from my statements from 2 weeks ago, he did know that his daughter was banging Whit Weeks.
Yeah. And he called her.
Did you see the post game? He's like, I got to find Whit. Where's he at?
Yeah. I think they had a bet on the game.
Yeah, that was cool. He got hurt. Yeah.
Giffin's like, yes. Okay. Another thing I saw last week was, I think a lot of people saw this. The Big Ten is currently in talks of business development with an outside investor with a small financial stake. Okay. They want to basically rid themselves entirely of the NCAA. And this is common. SEC is looking at this too. But basically, the Big Ten in particular wants to kind of turn itself into the NFL. So to have its own kind of branding kind of package. It gets its own TV, channels and all that stuff. And we've seen this before. Well, the part that I found the most interesting was, here's the quote. The new entity being created would focus on business development, would include an outside investor with a small financial stake, which basically means they're going to be investing in these teams like a stock portfolio. Okay. So first, my question is when do we get Robinhood for college football? And why can't we invest in these teams, dude? Give me conferences, too. Give me shares in Hawkeye, okay?
Yeah, dude, that's a good call. We've talked about this with the NFL too before, but you know more than I do, dude. That's a good call. It would be insane if somehow there was some kind of investment opportunity for the normal human being to have some kind of say in their favorite college football team.
Dude,
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's the first time I've heard of it. Yeah, no, that's the first time I've heard of it. I know. A few years ago, there's talks about, there's little rumblings about it, but this is the first time that I think that, from what you're saying, is there might be actual conversations and meetings going on. So,
they should be going on about what I'm talking about because like half the country's gambling already on these, like their day.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah.
Like, give me some long-term investment. Give me some hurricane. Give me some hurricane shares. Like, fuck Meta. Fuck OpenAI. Give me shares on a frog that bleeds from its eyes, okay? Zuckerberg ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, dude, I'd be in with the TCU investment as well.
We could also big short some other guys, like Dude,
I'm in, man. They need to pull the trigger on it somehow. We got to number one. Every state needs to have legal gambling. We're still waiting for it. Missouri's getting it soon. You're so lucky. I got to go 20 minutes to Iowa to get my bets in, but. Times are changing. It's taking a little bit slower, but
yeah, a little. I wanted to start calling this end of the segment the backwash. In the future, I had this idea. I'm gonna get like a big stein. You should get one too. Get a big old beer stein. At the beginning of the episode, we'll pour a beer in it, and there'll be a line on it that says like "start of show," "end of show," and we'll just drink at a natural pace. And then
I love that. Great idea.
At the end of that, and the last sip is the segment we're in now. We'll take the last sip, and then I'm going to tell you my last sip last week was that Purdue, after the release of a Taylor Swift album, Purdue is 0-10. Last week they lost, and now they're 0. Now they're 0-11.
That's a crazy stat. Where'd you get that?
That one comes directly from the fine people at ESPN's Twitter.
Fantastic work by Espen.
Espen's great. That's kind of shit we're looking for in the last sip. This week's last sip is going to be K-State and KU are off this week. Hopefully somebody gets their shit together. The sad thing is, and I hate getting this kind of hope filled up again, K-State's technically still in it. Like, they could still get to the Big 12 championship game just because everyone else is losing. Like, I don't want to go there. But
that Baylor game hurts so bad, dude. It hurts so bad.
Let me tell you,
we always have crazy endings to games at Baylor. It's just it's never going to change. But yeah, you're right. We could run the table, dude. I mean, it was an impressive win at home against TCU. So
it was. Defense finally showed up. And then last week, I hadn't really planned a whole lot outside of what I've already done. I was sitting there watching this game, and we're up 31-17. And I'm like several beers in, and I'm like, hey, after this game, I'm going to go live and wing it. So I started writing the script on the couch, where it was like K-State fans as a whole are kind of like negative, like as a fan base, like we're cynical, like K-State's never going to win, and like all this shit. And me and Kyle used to play this game called Remember Win, and it was a real simple game. You just said Remember Win, and then filled in some K-State fuck up. So it was like Remember Win. You lost to Baylor and missed the national championship. And as I was writing this, I was like, hey guys, we got to just be more hopeful. Guess what the fuck happened? They blow it again. So that's why there was no podcast last week.
Brutal. What are we hearing about Dylan Edwards? Are we hearing through the grapevine that he already wants out?
So Zimmerman brought up a great point that if he doesn't play enough, he can still get that eligibility year back. And it's all just rumors, dude. There's no real movement on it at all. Yeah, whatever.
We want to get our parlay in?
Yeah, maybe Dylan will go to Penn State too.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's get the parlay in.
parlay time, baby. I'm looking at a couple things. I will say though, I got one for sure. TCU bounces back after the embarrassment in Manhattan on the road.
Mm-hmm.
They're -2.5 at home versus Baylor. Give me TCU -2.5.
TCU 2.5.
Yeah.
I liked the Florida pick, but
Okay, I'm in.
And I did want to bet on a Florida team while I'm down there, and it can't be UCF. Oh, they're not even playing.
Yeah.
But I don't like 8.5, so I'm going to go elsewhere with this. Is there something wrong with Georgia Tech? Why are they the underdog right now? It's Duke.
Oh yeah, dude. Another prove it again game for Georgia Tech. They keep having to do it over and over. I like that pick.
Give me the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets at +100 money line.
Nice. All right, we got TCU -2.5. Tech money line on the road at Duke. Okay, so this one. Let me look at a couple stats real quick before I commit to this.
Okay.
LSU,
yeah, good.
So LSU and Vandy this weekend. Vandy's favored 2.5 at home. So my question is, most of the games that I've seen Vandy play, they're in fucking shootouts. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is I'm going to go down the line here. Look at this. Mm-hmm. Yes, the schedule is weak, but 45 against Charleston Southern, 44 against Virginia Tech, 31 against South Carolina, 70 against Georgia State, 55 against Utah State. Alabama, still a 30-14 game. The over-under is 48.5. I might take the over in that game. Or do we take LSU with the points? I don't know.
I don't. I feel like is such a shit show of a who could win type game that I don't. I think we stay away from the line itself. I like where your head's at though.
Over.
Yeah. I'm gonna make an alternate suggestion. What if we take that over down to 46.5? Because that's still 146 minus 146.
I'm down.
I'm going to now add in the other choices. We'll see what we get.
So we got TCU -2.5 right now.
Yep.
Georgia Tech money line +100. LSU at Vandy over 46.5. And we're waiting for our last leg of the parlay.
I know I was just talking shit about them, but that 7.5 Texas A&M and Arkansas does seem kind of low.
What are your thoughts on what's the name of the Utah BYU game?
The Holy War.
The Holy War. Dude. The Holy War is this weekend in Provo. Utah is a 3.5 point favorite on the road. Do we fuck with BYU? I don't know.
Yes, we do. We fuck with the Mormons all the time. Let's do it.
Let's go. That's going to take our parlay up quite a bit. They're underdogs at home against Utah, dude.
What time is that game? Is it a night game?
It's a 7 p.m. game on Fox. It's a 7 p.m. game tonight on Fox.
Yes. At BYU, not
at BYU. BYU is a 3.5 point underdog.
Let's give them the points.
Just do the points, and we each get $100. We each get $100 if we hit this.
Hell yeah!
All right, BYU plus what was it? +3.5.
Mm-hmm.
BYU +3.5. Let's do it.
I like it. I think our biggest regret on that is we're gonna be watching that game and we're gonna be like, fuck, we could have gone deep money line if we wanted to.
We could, yeah. We'll see. It might be a revenge game for Utah, but dude, Provo, that place is a very interesting, scary place to play at on the road, especially at nighttime. Yeah, dude. Sweet. All right, so we got TCU -2.5. LSU at Vandy over 46.5. Georgia Tech +100 money line. BYU +3.5 at home against Utah in the Civil War.
The Holy War.
The Holy War. Yeah. Nice, dude.
Did you see my the pick I made last week? I sent it to Parlay Pros, but you were out of town. I had Missouri +5.5, which hit. I had the Iowa State money line and the Oklahoma money line, which did not hit, and I was going to win like $500 on that.
Damn.
I thought when I made that bet, I was like 1,000% confident that was about to happen. I thought.
Wait, what was the other one? River. So Iowa State money line. What was the other one?
Oklahoma money line in Red River, and then Mizzou +5.5, which they did pull that off. So
yeah, that's only a 3-leg too. Yeah, I would have felt pretty good about that one.
Only a couple of weeks until it's legal here, and I found that I'm actually better at betting live. Like I bet the vibes. Like I wait for a quarter to go by and see who's fucking up, and then I put the bet in.
Yeah, I haven't been able to do the live betting yet, but I'm sure it's a blast. I'm jealous, dude.
All right, man. I think that's it. I think this went smooth as shit, and this whole thing's just been recording our words the whole time.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll be on air next week because of the gay drink comments. But I'm happy you guys are with us. It's gonna be a great week this week. It's also getting dark in reverse in Omaha.
Yeah, don't call that out. Stop calling it that.
Yeah, it's getting dark in reverse. I gotta go.
Something's wrong with the sun.
Tailgate, baby.